Natalie Johnson at police headquarters, Paul Bliss at one rated spot in Kensington Market, which, by the way, is again open for business. First to Natalie. So 90 people charged. They're charged by not just police, but also by the city. The chief stands by his decision to crack down on these dispensaries.
Ken, the chief insists that the police response was measured. He says the raids were not politically motivated, but were rather triggered by community complaints. He says that police had issued warnings to 44 pod shops across the city. Only one of them shut down, and that's when they decided to execute search warrants at the other 43.
See them, tearing our place apart, having very little respect for, the property itself.
The day after a raid that ransacked their pot shop, staff at the Kanawai dispensary are cleaning up the mess they say police left behind.
They were here for a number of hours and could have done this in a much more methodical, appropriate way.
Officers spent the afternoon executing a search warrant at the shop yesterday, removing massive bags of marijuana.
How much THC is in this one versus that one? You don't know.
Which the chief put on display today. Hundreds of kilos of cannabis in its many forms seized in dozens of pot shop raids as part of Project Claudia.
It's the health concern. It is a genuine health concern.
Toronto's top cop said that a public safety risk was the reason behind the raids, but the show and tell soon became a protest.
It's not. There's no threat to public safety.
Show us the harm.
The people arrested are
the chief patient amid the chaos.
Anyone that's anyone.
Who's the victim? Where are the victims? Where are the victims?
As some protesters were shown the door.
Where are the victims? That's all I asked.
Others, like Chris Cardozo, whose shop was raided yesterday, watched quietly, still fuming.
I'm fighting this. I'm not going anywhere. My store will be open.
In all, 90 people were arrested. The charges, 186 related to possession for the purpose of trafficking, plus 71 criminal charges.
I believe the charges will stick. And this is not about the charges. This is about public safety. That's what my concern is.
This is definitely, I feel, a little beyond what was necessary.
Back at Kanawai, staff say they had closed their doors ahead of the police raid and have no idea if and when they can reopen.
Because there is a huge patient base in need here that is displaced, concerned, and really feeling beaten down right now.
The chief says they were warned and can now take their case to court. Now, of the 90 people arrested yesterday, only 2 of them were taken into custody, and that is because they were facing other outstanding charges not related to this investigation. They both appeared in court today. Everyone else will appear in court beginning next month. Reporting live at police headquarters, I'm Natalie Johnson. Sarita, over to you.
Thank you, Natalie. To Paul Bliss now. Paul, you heard the chief. He says this is a genuine health concern. Marijuana activists, though, claim that shutting down the pot shops means those who need medical marijuana won't get it. So is that really the case?
Not exactly. They can still follow proper procedures, Arida, get a prescription from their doctor and have it sent to them in the mail. But a lot of them who we spoke to today say they don't want pot delivered to their door. They want to be able to buy it themselves. They want more variety, better quality, and more access. The air fills with marijuana smoke and talk of the reasons they need it.
I have fibromyalgia, depression.
Marie Tripp says the police raids will now force her to get marijuana from shady sources.
Where are we going to go? Back to the alleys? To get mugged? To get ripped off? These centers have been serving us sick and dying people.
They complain the legal medical stuff is poor quality and hard to get, and shutting down of the dispensaries in Toronto leaves them desperate.
I've been using the dispensaries because I don't want to go to drug dealers and get robbed and something. I'm a pretty girl. I don't want to get raped, and it's just a whole bunch of crap I'd rather avoid.
Most of these people are sick, and they want to at least be able to buy from places where they can sample and know it's good.
We're here on behalf of the sick and the dying citizens of our nation. And if showing true compassion for these people is a crime, then label me a criminal.
The protesters say this is an incredible waste of taxpayers' money for police costs, for court costs, for legal fees, for something that is going to be decriminalized and legal in a short time.
This is outrageous, over a zoning bylaw.
The so-called Prince of Pot has been arrested dozens of times. He says the government needs to stop waiting to set regulations for sale and distribution, and that the raids are a waste of resources.
And for no good purpose. Not a single legitimate social good is being achieved by these arrests.
They also want the right to grow their own, something that will help many users who are low income, they say, and need their marijuana to function and fight the pain. The protesters are blaming everyone from the Prime Minister to the police chief to the mayor. They also say that there is a big business agenda behind this and is trying to keep down the so-called little guy. Reporting live in Kensington Market, I'm Paul Bliss. We'll send it back to you.